Greetings, Diesel Funketeers. I know my audio is screwed up, and I'm sorry I have this echo. I have no idea what to do about it. But don't worry, very soon we will have that sort of thing sorted out. In the meantime, everything is rocking along rather nicely in the world of Diesel Funk, my world, which is kind of weird, you know. It's like, wow, you know, how do we make these type of things happen? Today, what I'm going to be focusing on is I'm going to do a little bit more breakdowns on the comics. I'm still trying to get that together. But also, additionally, I intend to do some portraiture. I was just speaking with one of the things I was doing the other day. I was just speaking with my colleague and fellow Afrofuturist and friend, Susanna Morris, who's a doctor, a PhD at Georgia Tech. And Susanna has just come out with the book Positive Obsession, The Life and Times of Octavia Butler. And I'm so proud of her. I guess we are, in a sense, our label mates. So I'm going to be drawing a portrait of her in addition to probably I will be, like I said, I'll be doing breakdowns. But see if I can get a little bit more work done on Jason Reed's 133 art. We will see if we can pull that together. In the meantime, thank you guys for showing up tonight. Well, it looks like we got some people chiming in here. Who is this? Weston, what's good? I haven't seen you in a while. Been in the lab myself. Hello, Weston Collins. How you doing? Good to see you, sir. It is one of those interesting things as we rock and roll. Good to see you. Thank you for being here tonight. I've been here in the lab, and this is pretty much what I do. When I'm not here, I'm either running errands or drawing or whatever, and kind of coming through with a few things that I'm experimenting with. That some things, people, if you show up to the stream, what tends to happen is you see things earlier that they, for my vlog and for my shorts that you might not see. For example, I'll just go here. Go to my desktop here so you guys a quick previews. So one of the things that I do in my live stuff is I tend to do portraiture because I do three things, but I'm actually thinking about adding a fourth format. So we can pull this guy up here. Let me just drag this down here. There we go, right there. All right, this is my thingy. Man, that's right. I did an Alien. I tried to do Alien Earth on Tuesday. I think it's such a good show. forgive me if I'm a total fan of the show. I don't know if they're gonna be able to keep it up, but that's the way that rocks. But anyway, so when I do my weekly thing, what I tend to do is I am working on projects that are, how should I say, the streaming sessions are the work sessions. I was thinking about adding a morning session, but we will see how that goes. But I draw portraiture of people, and when I do that, it's I can have a little fun with it. I cover people and subjects that I find of interest, and that works pretty well for me. Let's see here if I can unlock this iPad here. I have so many screens. I'm sure my body is absorbing radon at a pretty amazing rate. Let's see. Let's go select this. I'm gonna select here. Nope, that's not the one. I'm gonna go back here. And again, one of the things I tend to do is I take and review subjects of interest to me, people of interest, and I think it works fine for me. I'm very pleased with the work that I tend to try to pull together. Let's see here. Is this coming through here? Should be coming through soon. Let's see here. Waiting. There it is. Okay, so we just had our airdrop there. We're going to open this. And for example, very soon, not this week, but next week, I'm going to do one of Chris Dew. He's a pretty prominent YouTuber. I like his style. Pretty stern. I find him to be a pretty stern sort of figure. But again, when I'm doing portraiture, it'll end up looking like this. So this is Chris Dew here. And I saw him, and again, I use YouTube for my reference. I'll play this back and you'll see what happens. I still have to do the audio for this session here, but this is one of the things I do, and we'll just kind of go through that very quickly. You see? So I love doing comic artwork, but I also love doing portraiture, and Diesel Funk Dispatch has been a bit of an outlet for me in that regard. So this is a quick preview of something, and I'll put this together probably in the next. But I'll probably put it together this week, and I'll do that. All right, next up, this sister here, my good sister Susanna Morris. By the way, I hope my audio is running well. If my audio is running well, let me know. I know there's a slight echo on it. Again, I apologize about that, but there's nothing I can do about it at the moment until certain things clear over the next week or two, and I can find myself in a position where I can do what I need to do. Anyway, let's go here. LinkedIn seems to be running fine. Hello, LinkedIn. How you guys doing tonight? Live stream on YouTube is rocking, which is good. This is good. Good. Yep, that's going good. And then we got that live stream on Diesel Funk and Diesel Funk Dispatch seem to be going through pretty strong. Let's see what's happening here with. Oops. Okay, there we go. And Diesel Funk is going okay on Twitch. I do intend to start Kick in a bit. I do intend to also begin rocking with a few other things as well. So we're going to keep doing what we got to do. All right, now enough of that. Let's close that out. We're going to go here to the desktop, and I'm going to select my reference. I know she's probably not watching that. It's just the busiest person in the world probably at this point. But so one of the things, this is a reference I had collected of Susanna here. So she's looking kind of serious. She's got the glass. This is the one I think I like. I like that one. The one with her eyes closed, I kind of love that one too, because that's her personality. Yeah, the one with there's a part of me that thinks I should do it with her eyes closed. I don't know. We have to see, right? And I also like that one too. That's a great one. What do you guys think? This one, that one, or that one? This one has more her personality. All of them have her personality. She's a serious sister out there doing her thing. But I don't know. What do you think? What do you guys think? Which one should I pick? Which one should I go with? Let's see here. Go there. All right. I'm going to go here. All righty. Let's see. how we rocketh and rolleth. We're going to stay on that page. We're going to stay on that page. Whoops, what is going on here? Here, diesel funk. I have several tabs open as I do my work. I think the one we're going to go with is here because I like that idea of her looking up. That is pretty dope. I think that's pretty dope. So we're going to go with that. All right. So let's go here. Going to hit that, and we will move this over here. So, and I'm partly using this as a warm up, right? So I can move that over there. Let's zoom in just a little bit. Can we zoom in a little bit? Yeah, no, I think we'll be good there. All right, now let's go here to Clip Studio Paint. Whoops, close that. Sorry, bro. Didn't mean to show that. I'm gonna go here. New. And we're going to turn that into a white background. Here. Yeah. There we go. And we're going to reverse that. And there we go. So now what we have is we have the horizontal view that I tend to do now when I'm doing my portraiture. For some reason, I just kind of like that. So we're going to move this over here. Now, it's been suggested to me that I need to turn my long sessions into shorts, which I'm working on. I'm working on multiple iterations of this kind of stuff here. So bear with me as I pull these sort of things together. All right. So we're going to go here. I'm going to go here. Just got that blonde hair. So I think what we're going to do is pick right there. And I'll take my airbrush. I've kind of been getting more into the kind of abstraction backgrounds because I think it's not as important. There we go. Yeah, that's kind of cool there. Yeah. All right. We will take a little brush here. That's not too much. We don't want our textures to get too. Yeah, see, that's good. I like that. I like that kind of slight abstraction there. Yeah, that's good. And I will. That's pretty good, actually. I think I like that a lot. So you can go here. Now, different ways to draw it. I can draw it with a pencil, and then just sketch in, or I can go through shapes. And right now, I'm kind of feeling like I want to go in with, I'm feeling today that I need to do shapes. This is going to be a little weird here. Whoops. Probably, because I probably can pick here. Not the one I wanted. There we go. Right there is the one I want. Yep. Thanks. So we're going to go here. Lock in a few things here. It's going to be interesting to see how we pull this off. Okay. The general shape. Beautiful woman. Interesting skin texture. Kind of, sorry, I don't know if you guys can hear the kids out there playing on the streets. You get to the last little bits of the dog days of summer. Kids go back in another week or 2 weeks. So they are getting that last little bit in. So that's why you hear all the kids staying up way past their bedtime, which is cool. I can dig it. So we're getting our shapes in, all right? So you see these shapes. And I'm going to enlarge that a little bit because I do want her to be somewhat big in the shot. Yeah, that's good. Yep. So again, here we're just dealing with tones. Instead of me just straight drawing, what I'm going to be doing is adding in tones in the shapes, right? And I think right here I've got most of her shape down. Do that. See here. Yes, the attention span isn't what it used to be anymore. That's okay. I think I do think we're gonna be okay. I think we're gonna be okay. Let me preface that by saying I think we're gonna be okay, even though the attention span is not what it once was. But it's okay. Things change, and I'm okay with that. All right. How you been doing though, Weston? What's happening? What's going on in your life now? Let's see here. Just asking a question. Let's see. Go here. Okay, that's good. Now we've got that undertone happening, which is very, very good. Very, very good. So what I'm going to do now I'm going to go with darker tones. Right? So we'll go here. We're going to say, we're going to put that nose right there. Right? Little nose action here. It really shouldn't be that. Well, this is okay. Let's take, let's go right here. Yep, there we go. And that nose is rocking right there. Right? Pop that down, pop this down, pop that down. Right? And I'll take a little bit of this here. Some of this stuff again. One of the magic things of working in digital is that you can reshape things as you will. You reshape things. All right, there we go. So we can go right here, bottom lip, looking good, right? Here. Oh wow, I love that. I love doing this stuff here because what happens is you end up uh, understanding a subject's bone structure, which is awesome. Here, there we go. Go underneath there. This is good. This is good. Pop right there. All right, let's go right here. All righty. Now I'm going to add a little bit more color to this darker tone here. See how it's a little brown there? That's good. Ah, yes. Nice. Nice. We'll make sure that we get that a little bit twinge, more of a twinge of a smile there. She's got really vibrant smile. Here. Okay, good. Now let's go here. Yep, just a little bit. Not too much. Then we'll go here, tone those cheeks a bit. All right, good. All right, now we're going to tone here. There we go. Not, well, let's see. Take that down. I'm thinking this mouth needs to be a little bit wider. Not too much wider, but just a little bit wider. Okay, there we go. Good. Go here, there. All right, here. Yep, there you go. Boom, bam. Oh, yes. There we go. All right, we're dropping these in. All righty. Go here. There we go. Boom. Right there. Fantastic. Liking the way that looks there. Now we need to go here. Jawline happening. And again, right now what I'm doing is I'm just drawing with color here. Drawing with color. Okay, great. Now, I can, if I want to, put the glasses in. Let me put the glasses in now. I'm just going to be the outline, right? And go here. Yep, I'm liking that. That goes up fairly high on the head, actually. This woman has amazing glasses. Jesus Christ. It's amazing. Go here, out there a little bit. There we go. I could have done this on another layer, but, you know, where's the fun in that? Here. There we go. Now what we're going to do, we're going to go right here in this section. I'm going to take this pin down here to a pretty thin section here. See? Well, it's thin here because we're going on the edge to kind of bridge of her nose. And now we will take this out like that. There we go. Boom. And we'll bring the bottom part here because that's what glasses do. As my old arts instructor Willie Cook said, draw what you see, not what you think you see. And that's what I try to do. And I'm not a perfect portrait artist at all. I'm nowhere near perfect. But I learn something from every portrait that I do. Okay, let's go here. Get in there. We are getting there, man. We are getting there. See here. Share. Good. Hello, LinkedIn. How you guys doing tonight? Thank you so much for chiming in. Hello, YouTube. Hello, Twitch. My Twitch folks. Thank you so much. And I keep rocking because I'm going to always be rocking on this stuff. So know that that's going to be happening. I'm going to do, I don't know if I'm going to do much VizCom tonight or runway, but we'll see where I am as I begin to do more portraits. About 9:02 now for you go folks who are watching me. Let's see, go here, bring that, okay, there we go. Now we're going to even that up with the bottom here. We kind of want those to be a little bit equal. Let me make this point size here because again, we're kind of painting with tones and shapes. That's a little bit too close. There we go. There's a thicker lens as well. There we go. And you know, I like that, but I think there's something about. Oh, I could do that. There we go. Just move that in right there. That's all right. And I'm gonna leave it brown for the moment. I'm gonna leave it brown for the moment because I think that's all we need for the moment, right? All right. So I'm liking this. Now what we're gonna do? We'll just go in here. Let's take a thinner brush. Maybe not thin. Just and I'm sitting here thinking, oh, take a thinner brush. Yeah, you take a thinner brush. Just go here. Just not too much. Right there, we're going to make her eyes looking more up because she is this point, a fantastic, has done a fantastic book. So proud of her, Susanna, with her book. And I'll do whatever I can to support the old little mate. There we go. Boom. All right, just drop that down there. Okay, that's good. See, I like that. Man. Yep. See, that comes down, that swoops just down underneath there. I like that. That's nice. Put a little shadow under there, put a little shadow under here. Right, we can put a little shadow here. And then we have to go in with highlights and everything. Let's see here. Need to notify someone. Hold on. There we go. All right, just notified a few people that I am presently on my stream. All right, so we're going pretty good here. All right, now let's kind of shift this around here. Now, I'm going to have to paint over this just a little bit, but I'm just going in here. Notice these shadows in her jawline there. These are things that's happening from her eyewear. So I'm just going to put those little indications there. I'm going to have to go in and tweak some stuff. But also, let's take a little bit lighter here. Let's see what happens here. See what's happening? See when you add that tone in there, that yellow, that kind of pink? Yeah, that's good. Yep. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Go right here. Go on the bottom there. Yep. I like it. All right, now here the cheeks are really amazing. Now I'm going to go in with a darker tone here, but I think it's also good if I think it's good if I sort of take what I want to be able to put in tones that I can utilize for later, right? That might sound really weird, but it's like if I add in the kind of red undertones, and when I go in with a darker tone, it adds a little something. It's just a suggestion of color, right? There we go. See? So you can do it right there. See how that little red there is there? A little red in the side there? I don't worry about her ear so much, but I'll put a little red there. So, and pink is more what I'm saying. Here on the top. There we go. All right. There we go. Now, I'm liking the way that is looking. That is somewhat acceptable. I can live with that. Now, the next thing we want to do here, because I think I've got, girl, if you don't stop screaming outside, this kid, this going off. They're having fun tonight. Anyway, so we go here, a little bit of upper lip there. Okay, yeah, that's good. That's good. All right, I like that. I kind of like that. All right, now we have this shot here. So we've got our kind of mid tones, the lighter tones. We'll go here, a little bit underneath there. Okay, now we're going to go with a darker tone. Here's where it gets interesting. See how that shit, we don't want to go crazy with it, so let me go up just a smidgen. Yep, down there, down here, right underneath the chin, which we're going to put right there. Right? Yep, great. Now here, we can boom, just like that. Yep, I like it. Now, I'm going to put the nostrils in. Now, as we put the darker tones in, you guys will begin to notice. Whoops. Let's erase that. Do it. There we go, right there. All right, we're going to put this here. Yep. I think we're all right there. Just put a little smidgen of stuff here. And I may have to bring uh, these nostrils up just a smidgen. There we go. Yes. Yes. I'm liking that. Go here. All right. So we're going here. Let's tweak a little bit. Now, again, I will show you guys how I utilize this portraiture work in my shorts. So we can go here. Now, I'm sure of folks who whether you are here live, you're viewing it, or whatever. Uh, One should ask, why am I doing this? Why am I spending so much time producing media content? I mean, I could just as easily, and I've said this before, but I don't mind saying it again because I think that's just where we are as a system of 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 workers. We are in a world that is changing so rapidly that we have to begin to accept that change is like the akin to the internet, the arrival of the internet. Everything is changing. So, and it is not like I'm some expert on this, but I do know things are never going back to the way they were, and I'm okay with things not going back to the way they were. Totally fine with that. As long as I can do my drawings here, again, understand that as I do my work here, I feel good because of the fact that I have the avenue to do mostly and largely whatever I want. You know, hold on. I'm going to communicate with the folks, let them know I will be reaching out to them at some point. Some point, man. Alrighty. So, also, there are times when I thought to myself, well, uh, uh, why am I doing this? Is it, oh man, I got to get the following numbers up or something like that, or I need to do this. And then I was listening to something that Gary Vaynerchuk said today. I was listening to his podcast where he was interviewing with two guys, and they asked him why he wasn't more aggressive. I'm paraphrasing here. Why he wasn't more aggressive and how he approached his own personal brand. I mean, he has millions of followers, but he's not. This is not Mr. Beast. He's not that. and he said something I thought was interesting. He said the number of followers you have don't matter. What matters is that you are active and trying to produce relevant content. That is the most important thing. I see a lot of my colleagues out there streaming now. I mean, they've been streaming way longer than I have, and that's okay. And I take inspiration from them. But I also, hello, Melissa Griff and Real Estate Bunye. How you doing? R.S. Lockett. Hey, what's up, Regine Salvia? Good to see you, girl. Mr. Gong. Hello. How you doing? Good to see you. I love Instagram. Instagram is awesome. All right. So we're gonna get back to this. Yeah. Okay. And I don't know if Isis Isara from Sister Sci-Fi is around, but hopefully, you know, she'll see me working on this. Okay, enough of that. Let's get back to this. Blather on, as you guys know, it's part of my thing. Blathering on. All right, then. Bam, boom, bam. Okay. Again, it's all about getting, uh, uh, having a sort of undercurrent of. There we go. Take this right here a little bit. Yep. Again, I'm not trying to slavishly reproduce um, Susanna's image here. What I'm trying to do is get the spirit of what she's doing now. That's what I'm trying to do. Also, again, I want to say again, I said it before, I'm very proud of my wife. She started doing the social media thing, and I think uh, how she's doing it has absolutely influenced the way I'm going to do, some changes that I'm thinking about implementing as well. I think there's room for me to do a daily kind of talk, and you're just talking to the camera. I think that's not too much trouble to do. I don't mind doing that, and I think that's something that I feel like I need to do. It's something I feel like that might be good. JG Brown 72. Hello, how you doing? There we go. Going on here, adding a little darker shadows here, because the darker shadows are part of what we're doing, baby. Baby. Right there. Okay, good. Now I'm gonna just take a little brighter stuff here, because she has a bright areas in her neck. Right there. Now I might have to move it around just a little bit. It's okay to move things around. It's okay to move things around. Bam, right there. See how it looks like here? You as that fold there, skin. That's important stuff, man. You're trying to get a person to capture their likeness, I should say. Here. All right. Now, there we go. So, we've got a lot of our mid tones, we got a lot of our other tones here, but now I'm going to go in subtle, right there. Just little stuff. Again, I tried to avoid doing lots of straight or tight lines here. There. And some stuff I'll tweak. I'll tweak some stuff, man. Money penny. I shall tweak certain things. All right, now I like that. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to, because we can, I'm going to add a little bit of the thingy here of her sweater. There we go. And her sweater will be, um, you know, overrun by these massive blonde locks. So I'm okay with that. All right, let's move that up a little bit here. All right, looking good. It's okay if it's not a solid black, because we can add more tones. We can add more tones as we go on. Adding tones is a good thing. There we go. Yep. I was thinking, talking with my twin brother, who's a filmmaker, and so proud of him as well with his social media work. Again, I just think that's where we're in. We are in a world where one has to begin to accept that viewing habits of people have changed. Now, I know there are some people who do their vlog and they do it once a week, and that's great for them. For me, I just feel like I have to stream daily. I also have to be posting daily. It's something that I feel like it's necessary for an artist to do in this day and age, particularly now in this climate. There we go. So I'm bringing in these blacks, these darks, and it can be abstract in this part here. What we're doing is we are building in implied detail. Applied detail is very, very, very important to this kind of work. There we go. Okay, good. Pop a little bit on there because those locks are going to be laying over there for sure. Hello, Tonio. How you doing? That's Tone, my good friend, who is what is it? The Guy Gardner said he is one of the cloth. Let's see here. We're gonna go here. Boom. Now, okay, I think I got what I need here. I'm going a little darker underneath that chin. That's pretty good. And of course, I'm gonna make this kind of softer. One of the reasons why I love this shot because it has a soft light happening, which I think is very, very important. There we go. Oh, I love that. All right. Boom. There we go. Just put a little dark in there. Why am I putting that dark in there? Because I'm going to paint her teeth in. And by putting the darker tone, what's happening is when I paint the overlay of teeth in, it'll have shadows behind it. And that's a good thing. Okay. It's going through a soft, soft touch here. Really soft. And again, I want to go into soft touch here to emphasize that cheek. She has really, really amazing cheeks. Go here. There we go. Pop a little bit on the top there. Okay. Go on top here. Yep. Boom. Yeah. Right there, man. Yeah. Yama. Yama. Okay. Pop. Okay. Good. I like that. I like that. A supporter here to support. Thank you so much, Tone. I appreciate it. It's good. Regardless what the number is, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. We're gonna keep on rocking. Alrighty. Right here, this part here. There we go. Just the kind of now. I like this, but I think I need to go over with a kind of a pink wash, like a brighter wash, maybe like right about there. And we're gonna take our airbrush here, which is what we've been using. We just want to go with real light. Watch this. You probably can't even see it on the screen, but it's got to be a little bit lighter. See right off in there? Because what we're gonna do when we get in here is gonna add some suggested tones. And I know that doesn't make a lot of sense, maybe, but it's just important that we have the illusion of tones because everyone has a level of translucency in their skin texture, and Susanna here is no exception to that rule. There we go. Good. Let's go on the top of the lip here. Okay. I like what I have with the lips. I mean, again, I am going to have to come through and add a little bit more shadow work, but I think what we got here is good. Here, tone that in. We're going to have to go again with highlights on this stuff. So that's just part of what we are doing here. I'm going to add a little bit down off of here too. Yep. I don't want it to be too dark, on the edge there. And there we go. All right. We're good. I'm going to check here Instagram right quick. And check a little Facebook, man. Facebook buddy. All right, there we go. And I think the Facebook page It has the stream going to both the Afrofuturism 2.0, Black Speculative Arts Movement. Also, we have the Senegal thing coming up very soon. Very soon, very soon. Let's go here and check that out, show you guys what's going on there. That happens next month. It is so cool what they're doing. GraphicHistoryCompany.com. Here we go. Future Waves. Future Waves, Afrofuturism 2.0 in the World Festival and Congress, Dakar, Senegal, September 12th through the 15th. Pretty big deal. I intend to have some stuff there. I won't be able to attend, obviously. But I know Walter Grayson, Ronaldo Anderson, the whole BSAM and Graphic History Company will be making things shake and bake. So it's going to be a lot of people from all over the world having a symposium, talking about all things Afrofuturism, and really kind of somewhat through their works, my works, forecasting what is coming in the future of the world, particularly in this climate now. Ronaldo Anderson has just released his new book. I think it should be out now. Afrofuturism and World Order, which is, I think, a very important book to show now. Very important book. And there we go. Now, let me save this, because I probably should save. What do you think? We'll save as, save in our Diesel Funk Dispatch drive. I'm going to save this as Susanna Morris. Hello. There we go. Got it. Got it, man. Got it, dude. Got it, dude. All right, here we go. Back to this. Okay. Make sure that mouse doesn't slip too much. All right. Now, here's where it's going to get interesting. Because I could go in with the darks now. And I have gone in with the darks. But now what I want to do is I'm going to, just because I can, begin to add in a little bit of these dreadlocks here. So if you're a little bit lighter. Yes. And this is going to be a little interesting here. Because this will be the under painting. Right? So here. And she's got so many locks. It's ridiculous, all these damn locks. Right? Alright, go here. And some of them are thin locks. So that's okay. What we're doing here is getting an undercurrent of these type of things. Yeah, it must be nice having all that hair, girl. I know. I don't have it. Go here. Bam. Drop that down there. And, although the picture's cut off, I mean, her hair is really incredibly long. Yeah. There we go. Get a little bit of that rough edge here. And it's good. See how when I painted that base there, what happens is the tones come through more favorably. And I'm sitting here saying this, to some extent, I probably don't even know what I'm talking about, but this is the way I'm voicing it because it's how I'm approaching the shot. I will one day have to do drawing lessons, simple drawing lessons that I've done before many times in kind of a classroom setting, quasi-classroom setting. Okay, there we go. See what's happening? I'm gonna put that hair up there. It's kind of adding a little bit of a blend. You can't even see most of it, but what it is the base locks are in place. Yep, very important stuff here to have. Go here. We're gonna take that out actually a little bit farther. There we go. Now we can go here. We can extend it out. There we go. Yes. There we go. And we want to take this out even farther. Right there. Really blow these locks out. Again, we're kind of slightly exaggerating. We do have the room to do that. There we go. Yep. I'll put the earring here. Let me put that there as the earring. We can work on the dynamics of that in a bit. Okay, kind of liking that. The next thing we're going to do here is we're going to go on the other side. I'm going to bring that there. There we go. We'll go here. There we go. Interesting shapes. Again, there's no way to duplicate her locks directly, but we can have a little fun with it to give the suggestion of her locks. There we go. Pop that there. Yep. The bottom. Yep. Fantastic. Take this here. Have that hair swooped over there. There we go. Yep. Nice. Now I want to blow this out even farther. There we go. Like that. See, I like that. That's a little bit deeper. We don't have to be we don't have to be overly conservative with the dreadlocks here. See y'all. I have used the iPad to draw. In fact, this image here that I just did a moment ago, open recent, that was done on an iPad. Have you tried using an iPad for drawing? I can't seem to transition from Wacom to Apple Pencil. They are different ways to think about it. With Wacom, again, the most obvious thing that you can see to begin with is that the Wacom has an eraser on it. It has a different form factor because the Apple Pencil here, I'll just hold these up for the camera for the viewers to see. The Apple Pencil is thinner. It's thinner. You can do some things with it, and I don't have the latest Apple Pencil, by the way. This is like the third or fourth Apple Pencil because I've lost them twice or three times. But you see the Wacom. This is not the newest pen they have, but it has a little bit more meat on this. However, I will say that Wacom does provide specific types of holders. Hello, Isla Eason. Hey, is that who I think that is? Not Sun Man. I don't think that's Sun. Is that Isla? Isla? How you doing, Isla? I'm going to do this for you so you will know how important what you do is. And I've done one painting of Sun Man, and I'm going to have to do another. But one day, I love doing Sun Man. Sun Man was awesome. All right, let me put this back up here. I don't know if that was, oh, she did one. Okay, good. Anyway, so we're going to go back here. So yes, I do recommend the Apple Pencil. It's just there are different ways of working. When you accept that will be part of it, then you will be fine. Don't fight it. Just accept that it is a different way of drawing. It's similar. It's similar enough, but it's all digital illustration. It's just part of it. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about that? There's nothing you can do other than just rock with it. Go here. Whoops. I think that's a little bit too much right there. There we go. Okay, I'm good with this. Okay, I like that. I like the undercurrent of hair there. Go here. And I like the fact that, okay, fantastic. And we'll just put a little highlights here because she's got real light highlights on there. Well, these sisters with these big foreheads are amazing. Go here. There we go. Alrighty. There. Okay, good. I think I can live with that. I can live with that. All right. Now, we got this shake here. We're at 9:30. I'm going to try to be finished with this in a little bit. I think it's an important part of what I do. Also, it allows me to be able to draw and paint more. It gives me the ability to be able to break away from doing just straight comics. Because straight comics can be, kind of maddening because you're sitting there having to break everything down. Doing the portraits is a nice diversion when you're in the throes of doing heavy comics work. All right, let's see here. How are we going to do this? So I got this. I want to now go and paint in darker shadows. So we're gonna go through here now. This is gonna be a little interesting. I'm gonna actually add another layer because I don't want to screw up completely. Go here. Yep. Now we can go. Let me make sure I make that dark, but really like that kind of thing. Oh no, we need to do a little bit more orange. Is that right? Yeah, right enough. Okay. Yep. Okay. A little bit. A little bit here. Yep. A little bit darker there. Getting up along the side of her head. Bam. All right. See, when you add that hairline there. See what happens when you add that hairline? That is an important thing that one can do. Now, I should let you guys know. Again, I've made an announcement of it before. I will be starting an animated film next month. So I have invested into Runway. I suspect I will be utilizing Clean at some point to do my stuff. But I will be investing in at least 4 programs as I get deeper into this process. I suspect I will begin utilizing. Well, I'm already utilizing Runway. VizCom does animation as well, but the reference elements and all those type of things are extremely powerful features in Runway. I love Runway because it kind of protects your art from being trained. It does use models, but I like it. It's a little bit more ethical. None of this stuff is completely ethical, I would imagine, but I like the fact that Runway specifically made for concept and product designers. So what they end up doing here is they produce stuff that mimics a style, multiple different styles, and I don't want to completely speak out of turn here, but it appears to mimic a style that is very much indicative of product designers, and I think that's great. So you guys see what I'm doing here? How I'm placing these things in. I'm gonna go and see what happens. Go to multiple. That's good. Look at that. So I can go here, add things in. It's set to multiply, but hold on. Let me go back to normal here. Yeah, there we go. As much as I would love to get that for free, I gotta still get it. Still gotta paint it in there. There we go. Go inside here. There we go. Things here. Pop that there. Yep. Bring it here. There we go. All right. Now I'm just gonna do this here just a little bit. All righty. Yeah, I'm liking the locks here. That's good. On the left. On the left, I'm liking it. Yep. All right. Now we're gonna go here. All right. Keep going here. All righty. Let's go here. Check for a bit. Have to do a check in from time to time. Have to do a check in from time to time, baby. Go here. I see the pencil guys are still doing their thing. What do they have on tonight? What's that Tom? I don't know who that is. It's all good though. I love the pencil guys. Let's see here. And Jamar actually popped on. Hey guys, doing my stream. Stop by quick to say hey. There we go. All right, back to it. Let's see. Here we go. Facebook. Alrighty. Go here and go to our home page here. It's going to take a quick look. Yep. we are rocking. And I think I'll switch over to Tim Fielder right quick. See what that looks like. It would be very, very good if Facebook offered you the ability to log into two accounts at the same time. That would be awesome. LinkedIn, how you guys doing, LinkedIn? Good to see you. Good to see you, YouTube. Hello, YouTube. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Hello, Twitch. How you guys doing? It's slow going, but it's going. All right, now, here we go. So we're going to go back here. We're going to start adding darker tones. Now, here's where we're just going to do very slight blending. We're not going to go crazy with it, but it's where we have to be honest with ourselves and admit that it's going to be not destructive editing, but editing in terms of how we really add in those darker tones. That's going to have to happen. And then once those darker tones are laid in, we can then go in with the other stuff. So I like that there. That's see how that kind of brings it together. That's pretty good there. I like that. All right, now it's here. Okay, good. Bam, 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 bam. All right, good. All right, now the next thing we're going to do is we are going to let us see. Go back here. All righty. I'm liking it. All right, now we got that. And the next thing we're going to do is we are going to, let's think about this now before, because I have to be very careful on the next stage here. I'm inclined to add darks in here, but I think it's time to start bringing tighter detail home. So let me go here. I'm going to add another layer, and I'm really going to make it dark now. Okay? I could go with a thicker, for a thinner brush, but let's take that down a little further there. All right, there we go. So we got to do this now. All right, now let's take this. Watch what I do here. Just go here with a little thinner. I know people could say, well, what, man, why you add that down? Because you're painting with tones. I am. But sometimes you get to that end, you got to get to those sharper lines. Sharper lines are important. Also, I saw Eric Wilkerson had popped on a little second for yesterday. I think it's important to let folks know that, hey, what's going on there? Do a quick refresh here, see what's happening. Do a quick refresh. Oh, am I live? I don't know if, let's check here with Instagram. Instagram is reconnecting. All right, let's see what's happening here. Looks like I got bumped off of Instagram. That's not good. All right, so no worries. We're going to start this up again. And that's a first. I normally never get bumped off of Instagram. All right, so we're going to go here to live video again. That is a first. Hang on 1 second, guys. Wow. Instagram normally rocks with me here. But I don't know. I guess that perhaps there's something. Maybe I'm streaming too much. I don't know. We're going to find out. All right, so now what we're going to do here, turn that off. And we're going to go to, okay, I'm just setting this up in the thing here. Close that off. Cancel that. We're going to go back here. Okay, here we go. Well, let's see if we can start back on this. Okay. There we go. Okay, we're going to do it again here. There we go. I'm back. Okay, we go here. Let's hit Instagram again. Go back. Let's see what's happening here. Dismiss. Come on, Instagram. There you go. Should be back up and running. here. Once that goes, then we go live here. Hello, Instagram. Apologies for that. It looks like things kind of went a little wonky here for a moment. I have to take a bathroom break. I will be right back. Okay, we're back. Again, have to apologize to you guys. I normally never experience dropouts with Instagram. I don't know, but maybe I'm hitting them too hard. I don't know. That's the way it goes. But hey, I guess these type of things can happen. What can you do? What can you do? But all right, let's get back to our desktop again. Okay, so we're doing this illustration here of my good friend Susanna Morris, and we shall see. All right, so Instagram is back with us. That's okay. Facebook is still going strong there, which is good. Yep, we're going good there. All righty. Live stream on YouTube is still going strong, and Twitch is still going strong. Instagram, again, I have to apologize to you guys. I did not know the channel was going to crap out like that, but it did. But that's just part of doing this kind of live stream stuff. I tended to wonder if it was important that I do this. Why am I doing this? Does it really make a difference? But then I realized it does. It does make a difference. Because what you're doing, if I am not dependent on my earnings for this, I am dependent on my earnings by the work that I do. So this effectively is just marketing. It's marketing. It's also building brand and building audience and making sure that you guys know how much I dig you being here. Very, very important, right? And I think it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Now, here we go. Now, notice here that in this shot, her mouth is not as open. So we can select all of these specific layers. And I can take the warp tool here. Watch what I'm going to do here. Now, instead of having to draw this stuff out, I'll actually, so I'm able to move things down a little bit. So I'm able to move things down, move it out a little bit. See what's happening? That's the beauty of working digital. You just really have the power to shift things around. Now, I'm going to go here. I'm going to move her mouth up a little bit more. Here. Quite a bit, actually. There we go. Move that over a little bit there. Move that over a little bit there. See what's happening? We have the ability to do that kind of stuff. Very, very cool. All right. I'm going to go back here. Hang on 1 second. Let's see here. All right. Hello, Dr. Lawana Richmond. Good to see you. I'm actually in the process of drawing. I had a stream going before, but it's kind of going under now. But what I'm doing now is I'm actually drawing um, Susanna Morris, who just did the new Octavia Butler book. I think it's a very important text. I bought it yesterday in digital, um, and we'll be. She's going to be here, and she's going to be in New York, and in September. But I'm probably going to be in. I'm going to be in Atlanta at that time. So it's that's okay though. That's what happens when you move around a lot. So you see how I'm adding now. Hey, what's up, girl? How's it going? The one in Richmond is Doctor One in Richmond is one of the premier Afrofuturists out of San Diego. I cannot come to Dakar. I would love to come to Dakar, but there are reasons that I will not go into that I've gone into with maybe one or two folks that I regret that I've gone into. I cannot make it to Dakar. I cannot. But I have talked about Dakar tonight. Here it is again. We'll bring it back up. Future Waves, Afrofuturism 2.0 in the World Festival and Conference. Dakar, Senegal, September 12th to the 15th. And nah, I'm not going to be missed that much. But I do have to get some stuff into Ronaldo because I do intend to produce some virtual programming if I can. If I can't, I'm not going to worry about it. There's going to be so many damn Afrofuturists over there. Afrofuturists crawling out of the woodwork. So I think we will be good. Are you going though, Lawana? That's the question. Let's see if she replies to this. Lawana and I hang out every year. I go to San Diego Comic Con, and we do our burrito run at the end of every. Yeah, I know I'm right about the guy I told you about, and I was very rude in the way I was interrupting you because it appeared I was more excited about him than you were. So yes, I think he is that guy. I think he is that guy. But like I say, don't scare him off, girl. Chill out. Anyway, yes, I'm glad to hear that you're going. Let's see here now. Next up, we're gonna keep drawing here because I'm running out of time. I don't want to keep. Well, let's see. It's almost 10 o'clock. It's 9:49. I would like to do like 15 minutes on the comic here because I really need to get this out the door. I'm like morbidly overdue, but it's okay. It's not the end of the world. At the end of the day, this stuff is just drawing. You know what I mean? It is just drawing. It is just comic books. Here, see what happens when you begin to drop in those darker tones? It begins to make all of the work kind of that. Here, there we go. A little bit there. Yep. It might look a little weird now, but what it does is that when you add those elements to it and you put your highlights in, it takes stuff to another level. Okay? Right there. Oh, yep. You got to do that. Get those yellow fever shots. You don't want to play around with that. Mm-mm. That would be a heck of a gift to bring back home. You guys are going to be just fine, though. You guys are going to be just fine. Enjoy it. How long are you going to be there? 2, 3 days or like 2 days? What's going to happen? There you go. Now we're going to pop this right here. This is where we can now go in with the darker shadows. See what's happening? Oh, you're going to be there for 10 days. Oh, wow. That's great. Fantastic. Fantastical, my sister. Here we go. Man, it's when you draw somebody, you begin to see, uh, well, not necessarily who they are, but you begin to understand through the shape of their bodies and their faces what they have somewhat experienced in life. You can't possibly know all of it, but you begin to see, the imperfections, the things that are the uniqueness, you know, this type of things that happen. It's quite fascinating to see. Alrighty, there we go, right there. Yep, and go right here. See, so when you get a little bit in there, you begin to see how these things are put together, how folks' bone structure and the elements that they have, like in these glasses here, so much of a part of how she looks. Man, I know she didn't look like this when she had the glasses off, but there you go. Hello, JG Brown 72. Again, apologies. The signal for Instagram crapped out. That normally never happens. In fact, that is the first time I've had Instagram crap out on me. But it's okay. I stream pretty heavy on Instagram. I tend to wonder. Well, it is a program, absolutely. It's made for live streaming, so we can't say that. It's just maybe just Tim coming on too strong. Alrighty, good there. All right. Now let's take this part here. I'm going to go here again, and now we're just going to go through and add a little darker tones here to dreadlocks. We can go through here and add like things to want that sweater to have some presence in the background here. There we go. We don't want to go too crazy with it, but we want to go crazy enough. Without being able to go into some of the projects that I'm working on. So, I tell you guys about the comment, I tell you guys about graphic history, hip hop, tell you guys about Black Prince. And I'm very, very proud of those projects and what's been happening with them. I enjoy showing my progress in over time. I think it's an important thing. I think it's an important thing that a lot of people really are going to have to come to accept. That is, if you want to win this game, you are going to have to begin to do consistent marketing. You're not going to be dependent. You're going to not have to be dependent on a company to do it for you. It's already there, But I'm just saying these are the type of things that we have to do. And I believe that what I'm doing now is part of the process. And, although, the numbers are never going to be where I want. I don't think they will, but I have to, the work has to be done as well. So there we go. Let's see here. Go back here. I think I'm going to take this shoulder here just a little bit. Yep, right there. There we go. Yes. All right. Now go back here. Add a few more darker elements here because it's very, very important down on this area here. There we go. Right there. Again, you can't reproduce this stuff exactly, but you can do it enough. And that's everything. And then by the time we come in here with the other elements, we will be even better off. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we've got that going here. Now, so let me turn this off. See what's happening? Now I need to do the eyes. Now, that's going to be a little bit interesting because our eyes here are a little bit diffused because of the lenses. That's all right. Again, this is a portrait where we are not trying to slavishly reproduce a person. We're doing a feeling, an interpretation of what they actually look like. There we go. Yes. See what's happening now when you add those details in there? Yep. All right, let's try one more time here on the other eye. go. Okay, you good here? Yes. Eyes are not that big. When you look at it even closer, initially the impression is maybe she has big eyes. She actually eyes aren't that big. Let's take this up here. There we go. All right. Okay. Alrighty. I think we have added a lot of tones here. Now you might look at it at this particular stage of what I'm doing now. You might say, well, I don't know how that's working. But the interesting thing is when you get to this point, this is where you have to do your blending, right? And I still think there needs to be a wash on this, but we will work that out. We will work that out. Just check in here. Okay. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you, Twitch. Thank you, LinkedIn. Thank you uh, for chiming in tonight, for being here tonight. Really, really appreciate it. Okay. Let's go here. Facebook, Instagram is still rocking. That's great. Alrighty. I'm going to be signing up for Kick very soon. Anyone know about Kick? Let me know. Is it safe? Let's go right here. All right. Now, turn this off. Turn this off. Now we're going to go here. Here's where we need to go in with our blend tool. We could use a blur tool, but I think in this particular case here, I will use the blend tool. And so now I can go in and just soften up some of these edges here. Like even here, see that's not so pronounced on there. And this young lady has very, very soft skin, right? It's not super duper pronounced, right? She don't have that. She don't have it like that. She has very, very soft features in certain sense. I guess the most expressive part of her, I would say, would be her eyes. Uh, the most visually interesting part of her, obviously, is glasses, which are obviously chosen, personal brand, I guess I would almost say. And it's just part of her vibe ever since I've known her. Just, one thing I would say is that most female Afrofuturists tend to dress better than the male Afrofuturists. Male Afrofuturists, we can be slobs from time to time. We can be slobs, man. Yes, we can. All right, we go here. Bring that down there. All right, now let's see that. So I just go in there and soften up on that. Yeah, a little bit. And I'm not so worried about this part here because there's going to be highlights on this stuff that's going to really, really take it to the next level. See what I'm saying? I can soften that shadow up there. I can soften the shadow up here. I'm not going to worry about the locks. Under the neck here, the way I have it drawn is a little bit harder. Let's see, this is where we can do this. See how it softens it up there a little bit? And then we can do the part there. There we go. Liking it. That's good. Now, so we've got that. Let's do the forehead here a little bit. We don't want to overdo that forehead because she must be like seriously on the skincare products because her skin is amazing. Got that here. That's good. I'm good there. Now, I might have to tweak out the illustration. I may have to make it a little wider for the cheeks, a little bit wider. But we're good. We're good with what we have here. All right, next up, we're going to this layer. All right, I'm good with where those dreadlocks are. I'm good with it. I don't think because hair is such an organic, textured surface, and particularly with the fact that Susanna's hair is very much African locks. They're not straight hair, not from what I can see. She's absolutely got a furrow in the form of locks. So her African hair kind of kinky, but the blonde texture kind of brings that stuff out. Okay, now here's where we begin to soften some of this stuff up. Let me turn this off again. All right, now I think we're good there because next step will be highlights. We're going to do mid highlights and then we're going to do edge line. Right? So, because you can see here, like say here in this section here, see that cheek, that these type of things we have to go in and sort of smooth out. All right, here. All right, now watch the top lip. We see we got to smooth out that top lip. So we want to keep the outline, but we have to smooth it out so it's not so extreme. There we go. So even here, look there. See? So that smooths that out there a little bit. Now here, I kind of put shadows there a little bit, but I want to make sure I have a little bit more controlled shadow. Right, see, that's good. Yep, I like that. That's nice. So when I go in with light, it's going to be even more pronounced. Okay, I think I'm good with the cheek here. I think I'm good with the mouth here, even though we will move things around. Nose is interesting, but don't worry, we're not going to worry about it for right now. Right now, I think, let's take a little tone there. Yeah, I think we're okay for now. Let's take that a little bit higher. Right there. Yep, I think that's good. And I could go over this with another wash, but for right now, we'll stick to where we are. Hello, W Queen 7. How you doing? Pleasure to see you come in. Dave Baez, hello. My wife's good friend who lives in Tennessee and I think is building his own property or whatever. It's good to see you, man. All right, let's go here. There we go. So I do this type of drawing here because it's part of what I do for a living. In this particular case here, this is to support my friend, but also to expand my skill set. I think it's so important that that be done on a regular basis. It makes me a more versatile artist. Okay, show there. Okay, good. Yep. All right, I like it. It's looking good, man. Looking good. Yep. We can go in and add highlights in there. Right now, I'm feeling very, very good about this. Now, I could go in and do a little bit more to our eyes, but for right now, we're going to just leave that. Well, actually, hold on. Darker. There we go. Right there. We'll have to come through with highlights and all that. Okay. Nice. All right. There we go. I'm liking it. Now we're just gonna smooth, smooth. Smooth, smooth, smooth. There we go. All right, I like it. So now the next stage. Now that we've gotten our lights and our dogs pretty much there, we'll do this one thing here just because I can. Let's take a little light here. We just want to add a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Because that's her earring. And she actually has an earring here too. And that stuff kind of is camouflage with the rest of her hair. So that's something we got to rock with as well. Okay. I'm liking the way this looks now. Now it's time to go in and add highlights. So we're going to do highlights in two forms. We're going to do highlights in terms of an overlay level layer. So we go here, overlay. And then we're going to add one on top of that. That one will be the add glow layer. So the add glow layer is very, very good for light bloom and things like that. But the overlay allows us to layer, allows us to go in and to add not just subtle highlights, but highlights that can do some interesting things. So watch this. Go here, take that to white a little bit. Watch what I'm gonna do here. Watch how all of a sudden the drawing begins to take on the illusion of life. See? All of a sudden, that white light, that light that's coming from the side of her face, begins to pull in the illusion of life. Now, I'm going in with a soft touch so I can keep some of the shadows. And I will go back and erase if I have to. I will go back and erase if I have to. A little subtle there. See? A little bit lighter there. Right? Now, here's where we go on the top. See what's happening on the top there? Yes. I love highlights because highlights is when your drawing kind of comes to life. See how that light on there? Just a simple thing. Simple thing. We can just add just a little bit. Watch what happens when we add a little bit to that nose there. Just a little bit. And I might go through this as a poem. Now I'm looking at, hold on, let me just do this right now. A little red. Yeah. It's going to be a little light touch. Light touch. Watch this. Yep, right there. See? Let's just get a little bit of that happening there. A little bit more. There we go. Right there. Yes. Yep. A little bit here. All right, I'm not gonna worry about that there. This is good. A little bit here. And a little bit there. Yeah. Like it. Nice. Hello, Box Lord. Is this my student from High School of Art and Design? Is this the one who reached out to me earlier? I don't know. But if it is, good to see you, man. Good to see you. All right, let's see here. Let's go. Now we're going to go back to our white layer. Yes, it is. Yes, I am now bald. If you remember, I used to have dreadlocks. They are now gone. It's something that you will encounter yourself, perhaps not the baldness. It's called old age. So, yes, thank you so much for showing up tonight. So, we're going to go here. Now, let's try to tweak. See underneath that jawline there? Look at this. Look at this. See that's happening? Let's take that over a little bit more. And we can tweak this type of stuff. We can pull back. Oh, doggone it. See that mistake I just made? See how that bloom there is brighter than the bloom up top? It's because I was painting on the wrong layer. Let me backspace that. We want to go back down here to this. There we go. See? We want that highlight to be there, but we don't want to overdo it. We don't want to overdo that highlight. Right? See? Boom. And this is good that we're this close now. Go here, tweak things, add a little bit of light here, right? Add a little bit of light there. See? So, ironically enough, I began to do digital portraiture at High School of Art Design. I had never done any digital portraiture until I was, people like, you went to our High School of Art Design? No, I taught at the High School of Art and Design. I'm from Clarksville, Mississippi. We didn't have anything like art and design where I came from. I think I had art class like one semester before they canceled it because they thought it was a waste of resources. Yeah, no, I love the art class. Thomas Richardson was our instructor. Passed away many years ago, but he was a good guy, fantastic painter. First person I had ever seen who built his own house in the middle of a cotton field in one of those cities in Mississippi, towns, not villages. Do you really have a light skin only meeting with Terrence Howard at his high school of art and design? All right, so let me tell you the story about Terrence Howard. So David was the film history instructor. I was a film instructor. Did not have a clue. Hey, Askil, how you doing? I think is that George? Come on, who is that? I don't know. Skilla, how you doing? It was not a rumor. That happened. And it was not a light skin only meeting. That is not correct. But David, the other teacher, I don't even know if he was there. No, there was no light skin meeting. What it is that he basically talked about how he bent so many rules to attend Pratt University. One of my friends or colleagues here, Latrice Gaskins went to school with him at Pratt because she went to Pratt. And let me tell you, Terrence Howard is a character. He is a character. He talked about all the grades he forged, all the different things he did to break the rules to get into school. And he was successful. You could never get away with that now because everything is digital, right? He was doing that stuff during the kind of analog period, because I imagine we're roughly the same age now. But I will say that I was so box lord. Yes, he did. He did. But I'm gonna let you in on something though. That guy was so inspirational in his talk because at that time I think he was doing maybe the Tennessee Williams play. I'm not entirely sure because this was we're talking about Iron Man one time. So this guy was like he was going to be War Machine that eventually ended up going to Don Cheadle, right? But that's who this dude was. So we were like hyped. Like this guy's gonna be a black superhero in the Marvel universe, and it's gonna be dope. And next time, we were looking forward to that, so forward to that, and then what happened. But I think Don Cheadle did a fine job. He did a fine job. But yeah, so it was pretty extreme with Terrence Howard. But he had so much influence on that talk, showed me that it is important to take risks. And I, uh, well, I don't know if he asked for too much money. He was paid apparently more than Robert Downey Jr. was. But sometimes you got to know when to pick your spots. I would say that. Like Sam Jackson, I think, you know, the fact that he just loves doing that type of stuff, kind of. I mean, Sam Jackson was already successful as an actor, but this is just he opened himself up to opportunities that you know many other folks wouldn't get just because he just likes making those kind of movies. I've listened to Sam Jackson talk about that before. How for him it's like Errol Flynn. He just likes having fun. And he says, and he's so wealthy, he can do whatever he wants. All right. So you guys see it now. I'm doing the cheeks here, doing the cheek areas. We're gonna come around here because light is coming from above. I have the ability to add edge light to this. All right, so I can go in here, add things, go in here a little bit. See how that's now adding context. So watch this. I can now take this. See, I can add those type of things. And I'm still gonna have to smooth them out for sure. Still gonna have to smooth them out for sure. But it gives me the ability to be able to kind of tweak these things. So watch this. So now I'm gonna take because some of this stuff I'm gonna smooth down for sure. There we go. Watch this. Go here. So yes, I began doing my journey doing portraiture at High School of Art and Design. You say, man, I never knew you did that. Did you do that in class? No, I did not. I did it in my faculty meetings because that stuff was so boring. I'm like, oh God, I have to sit here through this meeting. And you know, you got to do it because they're paying you okay and stuff. And again, I know some people never understood why I left. I left because, fine, I can say it now. If I had stayed at Art and Design, I was going to end up killing one of those kids. And I wasn't about trying to give y'all that. I wasn't trying to give y'all that. I felt like, okay, let me just, mosey on out of here. So that's what I ended up doing. Thank God. All right, so we got a little shadows here. I think we want to tweak a little bit here. See what is happening? See how those highlights on there now? Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate you saying you like my sci-fi work. Sci-fi work is essential. It is basically how I make my living. I'm a visual Afrofuturist, a graphic novelist. By the way, you guys know, Infinitum and Afrofuturist Tale is the book I'm primarily known for. Maddie's Rocket, book 1, presently working on book 2 and 3. And we have The Graphic History of Hip Hop, written with my partner, Dr. Walter Grayson. And that's what I did. Oh, you have the book. Yes. Is the spine holding up on that book, man? Because the spine, oh my God, the spine just falls apart. You have to treat that book like a child because it's like its spine is so weak on it. But, whatever. Just grateful to have the book out. All right. So let's see here. So we got that. All right. So I'm good with this. Now let's go add a little. See what's happening there? How we're adding these highlights in here. See what's going down? Yep. See? Mm-hmm. Pop a little this now. Let me go here. Susanna got a big forehead. Let me tell y'all, these women with these big foreheads here, some of them get offended by that, but I'm like, big foreheads are amazing. Amazing big foreheads. I love them. Let's go here. It's like, you got a brain. Your brain is showing. This is great stuff, man. I don't understand why they get so upset about that kind of thing. Like Sade has a big forehead. She's stunning. I've never seen her in concert, and I saw her tour for next year's now, so I may have to make some money for that. Go see if I can check out Sade. Because Sade is older than me. Up into her 60s, I would imagine now. Okay, that's good. All right, so we're good there. Okay, that's one thing I did not do that we can do now. Do it now. Watch this. Here's where we're going to take this, pop that right there. Yep. Oops. Do it. All right, there we go. Okay, I like that. Thank you, thank you. She is a well. She didn't do one. She did several albums. That's not true. Sade has done several albums, and she comes from a time, frankly, where you don't have to do release music every day. These kids now today, they got literally, but not even the kids, but all of them. You gotta be releasing something all the time. That's the world we're in, and I don't mind that. And the reason why I don't mind it is because we live in a world now where the gatekeepers can't keep us out. In fact, the gatekeepers are trying to figure out what to do with themselves because man, here it is. Anybody, there's no. They're trying to figure out how to make money on this stuff, and what's happening is the look at that, did it again, made that mistake. Okay, just a little. You know what? Let me do this. Let me go back to normal. Okay. I'm going to merge these two. There we go. And I'll create a new layer. Okay, we're good. All right, great. Go back now. All right, now is where what I'm going to do is I'm going to begin to blend these guys here so that the highlights are softer. See? Let's see here. Right there. And I'll go through with an eraser if I have to. If the stuff is a little bit too much. You see what I'm saying here? It's like adding those softer edges makes a huge difference. Particularly when I go through and start to erase a few things. Right? Go here. Yep. I'm liking it. Go here, soften up that nose just a little bit. Whoops, not too much though. Still need an edge light. It's so important. This type of work. All right, here's where it's going to get a little weird. Okay, right there. See? Again, I have to tell everybody, I'm totally digging Alien Earth. I thought the conversations that the characters are having about how world governments basically ceased and then everything became run by corporations. That was pretty intense, particularly as you see what the corporations actually became. These kind of places where people are expendable and you can have them be like incubated by or basically assaulted by alien xenomorphs. It's pretty incredible. And this was the first time in the entire alien mythology that I can say you saw some kind of indication of what's happening on Earth. And I find it quite believable. My son loves it, who is like Mr. Critical of everything. So, pretty amazing there. All right, here on the side, there we go. All right, it's 10:23, a little bit late. Again, I sometimes question if I should be doing my stream so late in the day, but you know, why not? I do it because I like it. All right, now that's a little bit hard there, so let me soften that up there a little bit. Yeah, the pilot was cool. I even liked the newer episodes that have come out. I think it's pretty good there. Really nice. All right, all right, let's go here. Soften these up. See what's happening? Now I can go here and soften this up as well. There we go. Now let's soften. There we go. Take that up. Take that over. Yes. Love that. Okay. We're going to round that off right there. Round that off. Shall we round that section off there? And that cheek, that chin is popping out just like that. And that is a little bit bright enough to extend to the bottom part of her chin. There we go. Liking it. Liking it, liking it, liking it. There we go. Blade Runner 2099. Is that the one with Michelle Yeoh? Looking forward to it. I would have to say, just I love Ridley Scott. I think Ridley Scott is amazing, but I felt like Alien Earth has done more to um, to kind of lock down and reestablish the alien mythos um, than any of the other uh, sequels. Even though I did enjoy um, the Alien Romulus, it felt like a small story in the larger Alien universe, and that was okay. Not everything has to be big. All right, so good here. I think we like that there. I haven't put her teeth in yet, but that's the next thing left. Soft, soft, soft. Yep, and right here. Yes. All right, now let's go underneath here and soften this up here. Soften this up here. This woman has incredible skin. Jesus. All right. Let's just say her skin care routine is much better than mine, which is virtually non-existent. Alrighty. I like the way this looks. Take that down a little bit. All right. Now, here's where things are going to get interesting. So now I'm going to add in highlights on the hair real quick, and then I'm going to add in the teeth. Well, actually, let me add in the teeth now. Let me take this here. It's going to be interesting. All right. Teeth there. Top teeth. And we got another teeth here that comes out a little bit longer. You got the gap tooth in there. Love gap teeth. There you go. All right. Go here. And then here. Yep. There we go. Now we're going to go on the bottom part here. That line is very, very thin. Yes. Hello, Melanie Maria Goudreau. I know you. All right. Again, Susanna Morris is the author of the new Octavia Butler book, uh, Positive Obsession from Amistad Books. And, I'm just doing a quick, let me go here, take that a little bit higher, get a little bit of specularity on these locks here. I don't have to tone this down, obviously, but it's so important that we have those elements there happening. There we go. And we can reduce things down. Oh, Lord, did she say that? For those folks who don't know, that is Miriam Goudreau is my wife. Uh, going on 12 years, been together 13. Going on. How did that work? OEM postmortem book. What are you talking about? OEB postmortem book. How did what work? I don't know what that is. Take this here. There we go. And of course, I'm making the lighting here a little bit. Oh, Octavia Butler, the postmortem book. I will just, there are plenty of authors out there who write biographies of authors who are no longer with us. So that's not unique. But, she's just really a great writer and a fantastic Afrofuturist. Crunk feminist scholar, along with her buddy, and I guess my buddy, quasi homegirl from New Orleans, Nature Brooks, who is also an awesome scholar in her own right. Scholars have made my career. They have taken me in from out of the rain after years of being a bit ignored. So I love scholars. Not sure if they love me because I know how to be a little quirky. I'm driving some of them crazy, like Julian Campbell. Driving them crazy, but he's crazy. But hey, that's part of who I am and what I do. So, all right, there we go. So now, see what's happening? So we can go here. I'm going to have to go back through this. Yeah, she passed away. Octavia passed away in 2006. Um, Proud to say that I actually met her. Well, not physically, but I've talked with her at least 2 or 3 long conversations back in the 90s. That was my experience with Octavia. Man, obviously her books had had a tremendous effect on me, but to actually have a exchange with her at the time, because what was happening before the term Afrofuturism was coined, uh, they just called it Black Sci-Fi. That's what it was called. That was the term. That's what we called it, at least. And it wasn't until Mark Derry's book came out where the term Afrofuturism was coined, and that was fine. I think Afrofuturism is a dope term. I ain't got no problem with it. We have bigger battles to fight. In my feeling, there's so many more things of importance that we need to be addressing, and the name is irrelevant. I mean, it's we're all of African descent, and our ancestors did not speak English. We spoke, you know, Igbo or whatever language there was, and now we are speaking a language we've been kind of involuntary adopted to do. So that's okay, and they're just bigger for me at least. To each his own. But for me, they're just bigger fish to fry, dramatically bigger fish. Are we going to be allowed to practice this form? Do we have agency to practice this form? To be able to do black people in spaceships, write novels and books about authors who mean so much, not just to black culture but to American culture. These are the type of things that we have to think about, and I'm grateful to just be a part of it. I was informed by Susanna that my interaction, to whatever extent it was, is mentioned in the book. So I'm grateful to know that. I'm grateful to have known Octavia for his little, you know, exchange that I did. But yeah, it's grateful to have known her. She was a pretty powerful figure, and in many ways, I consider her the catalyst, at least in the literary form, to be the greatest one. Obviously, Chip is great. Bunch of I have never met William Gibson, but I was jealous as hell of William Gibson. Oh my God, I was jealous of that man because he wrote this book called Count Zero. Count Zero dealt with the Yoruba Orisha in cyberspace, and it was in the same world as Neurons, and it was just that book was dope. Love Count Zero. All right, I'm Corey Hanzo. Hello, how you doing? And sometimes I think when they do these things, they drop these people into these channels real quick, they're in and out, so that's cool as well. All right, so we've kind of sort of got that. Now we need to just go in and blend, but to not overdo it, I'm gonna go through with a blur actually. Go through with a blur. We don't want that. We don't want to lose the specularity on the hair, but we do want to blur what we have. See how it's blurring a little bit, bumping it back, because we have other highlights that we're going to give into this. That will be, yep, there we go. See? Yes, love that. Man, hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it. Yep. There we go. I was thinking to myself, we live in a true, and total science fiction golden age of TV and movies. Every week, there's some kind of awesome science fiction going on. I mean, think about it. To get through uh, Alien Earth, the next day or two, you're watching Star Trek Strange New Worlds, and then the day after that, you're watching Foundation. It's just incredible, the kind of stuff that we're going through. Okay, now let me just blur a little bit of these teeth here. I have to bump those back a little bit. All right, great. This is good, but one thing I don't want is I need to smooth this. I need to blur that. See? Because her cheeks are really incredibly smooth. Her skin, again, is amazing. So we got to make sure that we don't overdo that. I feel, however, that a little bit here, a little bit there, and a little bit there. Okay, got it. All right. I'm making progress on this. I know I said, hey, I'm going to finish in the next 30 minutes, and I never do. It's because this stuff is not easy to do. But let's see here. Here, adding highlights. There we go. See? Now, I'm going to take this part here. Yep. I love it when that comes together like that. That's nice. So these highlights, what they do is they add a little life to your drawing. They have the illusion, they provide the illusion of photoreal phenomena. That is what we are actually looking for as artists. Well, some artists don't give a damn about things. The photoreal, that's fine. Okay, go on the top here, just a little bit. All right, and I can even go on the top here. Even though I'm going to come through with that on another thing here. Because again, the lighting, we're looking for accuracy with the lighting, but we have the ability to take liberties with the lighting as well. Okay. I feel like Afrofuturism is hard for me to create authentically because I can't exact what parts of my experience are distinctly black. Do you want me to answer that question? You want me to give you a little advice? Not everyone is opposed, or at least wants it to be. It seems. Not everyone is oppressed, or at least wants it to be. How do you mean? You mean they want Afrofuturism to be oppressed? I'm trying to figure out what you're saying here. Because the way I look at it is this: Afrofuturism can mean many things. Um, some people would say, "Oh, it's utopian." It's actually showing black life in a kind of futuristic or tech-based future to be idealized and utopic. You know, like everybody wants to be the victim. Not in Afrofuturism, no. No, I don't think so. I think if you remove the word Afrofuturism, I think all Afrofuturism is in certain sectors, let's say the prose science fiction sector or the graphic novel sector, which I'm part of. What we're doing is just telling stories with the same level of agency that a white operator would work in. It's just that we're doing it through a lens of race. That's part of what Afrofuturism is. Um, Traditional science fiction does not deal with race directly. They deal with race through proxy. So they can't show black people being oppressed in the future. That's not, it's like The Handmaid's Tale. That's why I couldn't keep watching it. I think Handmaid's Tale is brilliant. It's a brilliant book, brilliant story. The problem is, you're telling me that there's going to be ethno-fascist, ethno-Christian fascist group that are going to take over the United States, and the only people they're going to oppress are women. I'm like, they're definitely going to oppress some women, but they're not going to oppress any black or Latinos, right? That's not going to happen. Like in real life, right? We see it now. You know, that and when they didn't uh, pitch down on that, I felt like The Handmaid's Tale, which perfectly operated as a sort of white feminist tale, and that's fine. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I do a book about a black man who couldn't die because I'm tired of black characters, particularly black men, being killed at the beginning of a story or right at the end as the credits roll. So I changed it. I say this guy can never die, right? So we do stories for representation. So I believe Margaret Atwood, to the extent, I'm sure that's what she was doing. She was writing the stories very much about uh, women and the oppression and the crap that women have to put up with, which they do, you know. But I think Afrofuturism is the task of it, whether in what sector, whether it's in fashion or film or prose or comics or dance or whatever, it's about exercising agency towards the future. And I don't feel the victimhood in it. There are aspects of it that can deal with victimhood. I mean, I think the character in Infinitum experienced a certain level of victimhood. But I think he, perhaps bloody, cuts his way through it fairly effectively. It takes him a while, but he does it. So, yeah. Anyway, let's see here. I think we are getting very, very close to done here. Very, very close to done. Now, the shape on her face is off. It's a little bit too elongated on the up and down axis. I forget which one is that. I think it's the Z axis. I think it's the Z axis. Could be wrong. But we got to do some tweaking here. So this is where it comes in here. I'm going to go here. Well, actually, before I do that, let me do this. Let me take this. Watch what I'm going to do now, guys. Here's where we're getting to it. This is going to be an add glow. Now watch this. We're going to go here. See that bloom that happens there? That's a bloom. And that bloom is when you add bloom to something. It's when all of a sudden, see how the eyes now, all of a sudden, the eyes take on a different kind of texture? It's because the bloom is where the photographic elements, the photographic effects take place, right? So if I want to, I can go through that with, so watch here. I'm going to go here, see? I'm going to do that. I'm just going to take a little bit of this right here, right? I'm going to do right here, see? And I can go back and soften those up, but what they do is they allow you to do a higher specularity of lighting on this stuff. Go here, see? And not that this stuff is necessarily present in the actual shot itself. It's just that it gives us the ability to be able to make things hyper real. And that's all you're really trying to do. Make things hyper real. Yep. Go. And some of these things, what I'm going to do is I am going to tweak those things, right? But what they're doing is they're adding highlights to this stuff. So watch this. This earring here. See that glow? See what's happening with that glow there? See, I said turn the opacity up and down there. That's pretty good. Just a little bit. Some of this stuff has it there, but I'm adding elements in this as well. Adding things that I think can blend in and give us that look, that flavor that we're going after. Because I want the light to literally be coming from on top. See? Yep. All right. Get a little bit of lip action here. Again, I'm going to have to go through and soften all this up. There we go. Just a little bit there. There we go. Alrighty. Very, very close to being done. Okay. I'm going to put a little light on the side there. A little light on the side here. Yeah, there we go. And just because I can, just a little twidging of a highlight there. There we go. Now, let's take this and smooth this out. I'm going to go blend again. What part of my experience is black? Deadbeat dad. But like you say, in Afrofuturism, it doesn't have to be about black trauma. It can be. It can be about all of it. And, sorry that you had went through that experience. But, yeah, it's part of the process. Okay, liking this. Yep, liking it. See how that kind of glow there is there? It's not in the photo, but it's implied in the photo. Again, this is a kind of a I'm painting Susanna here, but what I'm doing is painting and enhancing her image. The photo, the reference. I don't have to follow it totally, but what it's doing is allowing me to add up. This is imagined light. I'm enhancing light that exists in the scene, but I'm just enhancing it. I'm throwing a little stank on it, if you will. Alrighty. You're good there. Okay. Yep. Now let's go here. This is where this is going to be. See how I want to, as I'm blowing those edges out, that bloom becomes more extreme? Yes. That's what we have to do. That's how it goes. Yep. Alrighty. And then here. Yep. Boom. Let's go through here and erase just a little bit though. There we go. Yes. Mm-hmm. That top lip, a little bit on that cheek there. Again, all we're doing is just enhancing what's already there. Right there. There we go. There we go. Yes. Here. I'm just going to go through here real quick. Now. Alright, I'm liking that. Now, watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to take an eraser here. Hello, Caroline Knopf. Pleasure. See here. Let me check on my other channels here. Again, apologies for Instagram earlier where the actual signal just dropped. That was crazy. That was crazy. Alright, we're going to refresh on that. Okay. Looking good. Love doing streams. I never thought I would have liked it that much, but I do. I love doing streams. It's good because you can just sit up and draw and talk to folks. I don't know if they are down for it, but that's what I do. That's what I do. Okay. And Twitch. Hey, Twitch folks. Alright, now. We're going to go through this here. And this last thing we're going to do is to have to tweak her head. And I'm going to go in with a little darker black. Right there. There we go. Yep. Make that darker, more pronounced. Okay. This is good. Okay. Now I'm comfortable with what I have now. I need to touch up a few things. So you see what's happening here? That's pretty good. I think it's a little bit too much light on our forehead. So we're going to go here and grab a soft eraser. We're going to do a really light move on this, the top part. See? You do the same thing over here. I'm going to tweak it a little bit there and a little bit there. I'm definitely going to erase a little bit in the teeth area once I get there. Yep. Alright, this is good. Yep, there we go. See how that softened things up? Now, let me go here. Watch this. A little bit. Just use the eraser here. That eraser is pushing back those kind of stark strokes. There we go. I think we need to do a little bit to the teeth here. Right? Let's bump those teeth down. There we go. Yes. Now, here's where it's going to get really interesting. In the drawing, Suzanne is only doing a slight smile, right? And what I want to be able to do is to bring that smile in. I want to be able to make that smile more pronounced. But before I do that, one more thing. I think I have to make her top lip more pronounced. There we go. Right there. Right there. There we go. See? Oops, not too much. Take it easy, buddy. There we go. Yes. Shadow here. A little shadow there. Okay. Here. There we go. A little bit there. Then we'll go here. At the top there just a little bit. And then a little bit, not too much. Take it easy with this. With lights, shadows, and stuff. Okay. Here. Yep. Oops. Yeah, that's great. That'll work. Alright. Now. Just take here. Boop, 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 bam, 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 bam. Just a little bit of light. There we go. Now, what I'm going to do, this is the moment of truth for this image. I'm going to select the top layer. I'm going to select the bottom layer. And what I need to do is hit Command T. And I'm going to drop this. Generally, I would do this with the warp tool. But I think what I want to do is right there. That's it. So that's good. So meaning I wanted her face not to be as long. There we go. Great. Now, that's good. Now the next thing, I want more of a smile. But she does have more of a smile here. So watch this. Now I'm going to take this image. Is it cheating? Yes. Yes, it is cheating. That's crazy. Look at that. See what's happening? More of a smile that I can add all through the shifting of pixels. Pretty daggone crazy. Slight smile. See that? It's amazing how that works. All right. I think we're good here. Yep. And I'm just going to smooth this out here. That shadow there. That shadow should not be that pronounced. And I think we've got what we've got. Only other thing I'm wondering is I could go in and add this. Watch this guy. Hello, Boo Boo Bo Correct. Alright, we're gonna do this. Bam, whoops. Oh, actually, hold on. Right there. And then right here. Because why not? And I'm gonna hit Command U. Yep, and I'm going to turn the luminosity all the way to white. There we go. I like that. So that reads as a glasses, right? So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this. Let's see here. Hello, what's up? Let's see, go here. Yep. All right, we can make that reflection on the glasses. And we're going to take that to and add glowing. Yes, there we go. See? Bingo, bango. There we go. Now, the only other thing I'm thinking about doing, and I can do it here, is I'm just going to go through a little brown brush. Here's where things get interesting. I have the ability to just go through, just tweak a little, just a little shadow, just a little shadow. See? Boom. I like that. That's good. Take it up there, just little small tweaks. Right? Shoot, 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 shoot. Let's put a little bit on that hair down there. Yep. There we go. See? Add that. Put on the hair here. Yep. Now, I'm going to set this to multiply. And what's happening? See how that turns that off? See what that does? Yes. I like that. All right. With that, the only other thing I think I need to do here is two things I want to take, because I think our forehead is a little bit too elongated at the top. So we are now going to tweak that down. Yes, there we go. See? See what's happening there? We can do that. Yep. And then we're going to tweak this down here. We want the rest of the, there we go. There we go. All right. Hello, Dr. Morris. There you go. Now, here's where it gets interesting. So I'm going to take this because this doctor has written this fantastic book. Got to put a little space in here, because why would you know, what's the point of having all this stuff if you can't put no space stuff in there, right? Go here, boom, bam, 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 bam. Yep. And I'm going to set that to overlay. Right there. That's good. Top. Right at the top. The tip of the top. I set the overlay, but we need to set it below. There we go. Yes. Right there is good. Now I'm going to go here. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start adding in, because I can, stars. Because that is what it's about. Because why not? Gotta have some stars in this sucker, man. Alright, let me make this point a little bit bigger. Alrighty. Alrighty, I like it. Last thing, and this might be a little bit extreme here. Might be a little bit extreme here. We're going to see what happens. It is almost 11 o'clock at night, so I think we're going to call it a night as soon as this is done. I know I go hard, guys. I start at night. I don't know if that's a good thing, but okay. I like it. There we go. There we go. Now, go to a filter, blur, motion blur. And our motion blur will be very strong. Yes. And we need to go in the direction of that direction. And hold on, see here too. There we go. Bam. And now what we're going to do is go to an overlay. Yes. And we're going to dramatically bump that down. There we go. See what's happening now? And that light, see that? How that takes things there. And all you're going to do is go, man, T. Right there. There we go. I love that. And I think we have something that is fairly close to this young lady's vibe. Here, the eraser on the cheek. Right there we go. Yes. think that's good. What's that? One more layer. Go here to the, there we go. Take a thin pen, move in, make that point size very thin. Boom. And there we go. Command T. Drop down that signature very low. There we go. Yes. We got the signature right there. All right, guys. It's been a pleasure working with you today. As far as replace. Okay, now we're going to export time lapse. Great thing about this is you can just do the drawing, see how it's all put together. Yep. Go okay. Exporting. I want to thank you guys for showing up to live drawing with Tim Fielder. Diesel Funk Dispatch. I have different variations of the Diesel Funk Dispatch. I have my live stream that I try to do 5 nights a week, but what's been happening is Alien Earth is pretty doggone good, so it's kind of I keep having to take breaks because I got to see that show, right? It's like Game of Thrones level to me, right? And then I'm gonna say Susanna Morris Anime. There we go. So, but I different iterations where I do a live art session 5 days a week. Generally, that's what I do. Monday through Friday. I used to try to do weekends, but I tend to take my weekends off, regardless of whether or not I want to do the work or not. I just can't seem to work through the weekend anymore. So that's one. Two, I do weekly short featuring the portraiture work. So I think I showed you guys here. Those will be Susanna. I've already done her audio, which takes about 2 minutes at tops. Do the audio and you just lay it on the timeline template that I have. And I'll be doing Chris Do next week. And then I'm starting something that would be pretty interesting. I guess I'll take a moment to show you guys what it is. Let's see, can I show you? Recent. Yes, this is part of what I'm doing here. Finishing activates opportunity. When you finish things, signals to the world. And that's just a little thing, but I'm going to build up a buffer first before I get into that building. Right? Because I was thinking about posting it today, but I think what I'm going to do is wait. I'm going to wait and do. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. Okay. With that, thank you guys so much for showing up once again to the Diesel Funk Dispatch. I want to thank you